Hi, my name is Emma Copeland, and I'm doing my final paper on how the extinction of the African forest elephant would affect ecosystems. So the scientific name is Lachladana cyclotis. Its habitat is the lowland tropical rainforest of central western Africa. On the IUCN Red List, it's currently critically endangered. As of 2021, the lifespan of the forest elephant is up to 70 years, and they can weigh anywhere between 3 to 6.6 tons. It is a keystone species, which is an organism that helps hold together a system, habitat, ecosystem. Also, they are ecosystem engineers, which are species that help modify environments in a significant manner by creating new habitats or modifying existing ones. They also have a very slow reproductive rate compared to the Asian elephant and the savanna elephant. The savanna elephant starts breeding at age around 12, whereas the forest elephant is around 23 years old, and they only give birth every 5 to 6 years. So what is the importance of the African forest elephant? They are huge with carbon sequestration and then also battling climate change. The amount of carbon of each elephant is equivalent to 2.64 meter tons of carbon dioxide. Each forest elephant can stimulate a net increase in carbon capture in Central African rainforest by 9 metric tons of carbon dioxide per square kilometer. They also reduce the density of smaller trees and plants while moving through the forest, foraging for food, resulting in the increased proportion of larger trees, which leads to more carbon being stored. The carbon value of a single elephant is 1.75 million. And then also the forest elephant's dung fertilizes plants. It's super rich in nutrients, which helps create these larger trees and more biodiversity in the forest. In the graph that is being shown, the carbon storage and the carbon balance in woody biomass top and subsoils and elephant dung in plots with different elephant densities. So the two biggest threats to the African forest elephant are habitat loss and poaching. Currently, they only inhabit 25% of their historic range land. Their high population was 1.1 million and is now around 100,000. And then all elephants in Africa's current population is anywhere between 400 to 700,000. So more than 60% of the forest elephant has been poached in the last decade due to ivory and meat. Most of the ivory trade starts in Africa and then ends up in Asian countries. So then how would the ecosystems be affected? They would be drastically affected. The tree species would be lost because the forest elephants eat the trees, eat the fruits off the trees, and then disperse the seeds through their dung. And then also because there'll be less tree species, there'll be less carbon sequestration by African forests, which results in a warmer planet and climate change happening faster than it already is. The herbivores that feed and live in these trees would also be affected, and also watering holes and trail systems would. Most watering holes are created by elephants due to their mass weight when stepping in, creating footprints. And then when you have a bunch of elephants come together, they create these watering holes, which then ultimately affects the lions, the zebras, and then you have all the little macroorganisms inside of the watering holes that are being affected too. And then also less nutrients in the forest because there's not as much dung, and which would result in less biodiversity. So what are conservation efforts currently happening? Protecting elephants and their habitats. As you can see, those are protected areas in the image I have on the left side. And they are having soldiers with guns outside of these areas to protect elephants and rhinoceroses from poaching happening. There has been a decline in poaching in the last 8 years, which has been a huge win for African elephants. And also in 2017, China banned the ivory trade, which was a major win. They're also reducing the human to elephant conflict, which could be with agricultural land too. You're legally allowed to kill elephants if they are considered agricultural pests. They're also conducting a research on elephants to inform conservation strategies, promoting elephant-friendly policies, and monitoring elephant numbers, populations, and threats to the elephants and their habitats. And that is the end of my presentation, and here are my references. Thank you.